Hi everyone, I'm Jonna. I'm an intuitive embodiment coach, and my work's about remembering who you are and trusting your inner knowing. Welcome to Wonder Mindset New Earth Remembering. Today I want to discuss the Lionsgate portal, and I just want to let everybody know that you have not missed a deadline. I know for myself, I do utilize these moments because it's a time where collectively, and as you all know, like I don't know if I mentioned before, but we're all one consciousness and we're all connected to each other. So when there's a moment in time, especially the planets aligning and we're all in this same energy of wanting to do some work to release things that we no longer want in our life. And when we're all coming together to a certain time to be able to do that collectively, it really amplifies the energy to be able to do just that. But it doesn't mean that the portal is closed. The portal is actually our heart, it's our own energy, it's our own alignment to our soul, to our connection with source. So don't feel like you've missed a deadline because when we're working with ourselves, we're always working with ourselves on a daily basis. Yes, there are moments where we feel like we're called to do more work. And in moments like the Lionsgate portal being open, if you were able to participate, that's amazing. And I've done that myself. In this year, I've actually allowed myself to create a long pause for myself. And I've had the best time because the first time in my life that I wasn't planning on resting a lot, but I felt like my body really needed a lot of sleep. And normally I can function with about 5, 6 hours of sleep every day. And I just been doing that for a lot of years. However, I've noticed the past week I've been needing a lot of sleep, like a lot, like more than 8 hours a day. And since I was aware of the portal, I really tuned in and did a lot more meditations to work on the things that I felt that I still need to release. And I know it's never be a time where I would say that I've completely released everything. There are major things that needs to be released, and that's when we see a bigger transformation. But there's really no deadlines because we're everything is just energy in our life. In being human, we're always exposed to this energy, but it gets better in time because once we release like the biggest blocks in our life, and then we tend to accumulate some small stuff and we're able to release it right away. And so you're gonna feel like you have really transformed when you're really releasing a lot of the big limiting beliefs, the baggages that you're feeling. And so I've really allowed my time as type A personality. It was really hard for me. I know pause is really wonderful, but when you're really busy in life and you want to create, there are a lot of moments where even if you're on vacation, you're thinking about the things that are still needing to be done. And of course, they're never gonna end, right? And that mindset in the new earth is no longer needed. And I've experienced that myself this time. I wasn't planning on taking a break, but I felt like my body really needed a break and I honored that. For the first time, I was just doing things that I was really being aware of what my body needed. If it was sleep, I would just sleep a lot. If there was my conversations with my angels, with God, with source, with higher power, with the energy, it's something that I allowed myself to do. And even if I just wanted to watch some TV, I allowed myself to do that without feeling any guilt. Just whatever it is that I felt like I wanted to do is what I've done. I didn't think about deadlines. I didn't think about missing work and trying to catch up. And it's such a freeing experience because knowing that this happened, I really felt that I've really changed because I wasn't reacting as the same person I was before. And I really want to celebrate that. And for you guys that are listening, if there's ever a time in your life where you just really feel like if you're not going to do something productive, then you're wasting your time. So when we feel this way and not being aware of what our body really needs, we can come to a point where we're gonna feel just stuck. And I've realized this for myself lately because recently I've been doing a lot of projects and I just felt like I was coming back to my old self, the old version of me, where I'm really trying to put on more willpower instead of trusting and surrendering to my angels and to my guides. And I had to really come to that awareness and be okay with that. And I've acknowledged that I went back to my old pattern. That's why in this Lionsgate portal, I've really allowed myself to completely free myself of that. And it's really a wonderful feeling of not giving myself a deadline, of feeling guilty because I feel like there's a time constraint. There's always deadlines. And if I'm not doing anything, then nothing is happening and nothing's moving. And in one of my meditations, really felt like when I completely surrendered and when I talked to my angels, I know I needed to rest. And I know you've been telling me to rest. And I'm okay on doing it because I could already see them trying to, not just trying, but really orchestrating resting. They're actually putting things in place for me that when I'm ready and I'm going to open myself up to an energy of receiving. And that is exactly what happened. So ready to come back from this break. And again, it's amazing how there's a few things that are trying to get my attention, but I didn't succumb to them. And it's amazing when I said on the 13th that I'm ready to come back, things have just been happening. Amazing things have just been happening. I've been hearing from people from work that things that I've been asking from them is finally being able to be done, getting some checks in the mail and stuff like that again. So I'm really encouraging everybody to try to experience that. I know it's easier than done, especially if you have an eight personality like I labeled myself that I had. And I know that I still am, but I'm really trying to remember this new earth energy on how it should feel like and how it can be like, and just really allowing myself to be fully aware of what my body and my soul needs and be okay with that, and to be able to trust that I am exactly where I need to be and I'm getting all the help that I am getting from unseen beings that are supporting me every single moment. So I hope that you guys have gained something from what I've just shared. And I really want to thank everybody that is sharing their precious time with me. I'm very thankful. And I hope that you guys would subscribe to support me in this journey. And I hope that we can all be a part of this community and learn from each other and how to live in this new earth energy. Thank you so much. Till next time, let's all come back to our heart and let our soul lead. Thank you.